Hey friends, welcome back to Heartland Outdoor School's Animal Encounters. We're here again with a new turtle species. So we brought you a box turtle 2 weeks ago. We brought you Bowser last week. Today we're bringing you another type of aquatic turtle. And this time it is what's known as a Midland painted turtle. And his name is Michelangelo. So Midland painted turtles, they are found as far north as Canada, as far south as Mexico, and all throughout the United States. So they are the most commonly found and the most widespread turtle in the United States. They generally eat aquatic vegetation, aquatic insects, and fish, but they don't have teeth. They actually have to rely on sandpaper-like plates in their jaws that help them grip the food. Additionally, they have to eat underwater because their tongues do not move freely like ours do, and so they have to have that water help them swish the food around as they grind it up and swallow it. Now, similarly to tree rings, you can actually tell the relative age of a turtle based on their shell. So their top shell here, or carapace, has kind of rings around it, and the carapace of a Midland painted turtle is made up of 13 bony plates known as scutes. And as they grow, they will actually shed the outer ring of those scutes and grow a new one underneath. So you can actually count the rings on the scutes, and it'll tell you the relative age of that turtle. In the wild, Midland painted turtles can live up to about 55 years. And yes, friends, in Frozen 2, when Olaf says that turtles can breathe through their butts, he was telling the truth. So technically the term is called cloacal respiration, which is very similar to cutaneous respiration, which I talked about last week with the tree frogs. And that's basically where oxygen is diffused through the skin and carbon dioxide is diffused out of the skin using blood vessels close to the skin surface. So in turtles, when they go down to brumate over winter, so brumation is the reptile and amphibian version of hibernation. So during winter time, when turtles go down to the bottom of ponds to brumate, their tail end is kind of what's out and in that water. And so basically, since their tail region is very vascular and has a lot of blood vessels close to the water, that water that's going over their tail end is just enough oxygen for them to diffuse in and out and survive over winter. The reason they can do that is because they are cold-blooded, which I also talked about last week when I got our bearded dragon Donoso out, and that means that their body temperature will match whatever the temperature is around them in their environment. So in the winter time, when that water gets very, very cold, their body temperature also gets very cold, which in turn slows their metabolism way down. And during that very slow metabolic brumation period, their oxygen needs are very small, and that allows just enough oxygen then in the water as it's passing over their tail for them to survive on. So technicality aside, yes, turtles can breathe through their butts. So this is Michelangelo. I hope you enjoyed today's animal encounter. Please join us tomorrow for our last animal encounter. And it's been so much fun. I've enjoyed getting all these animals out with you and telling you a little bit more about them. I hope you have had just as much fun watching. So for today, say bye to Michelangelo, and I'll see you tomorrow.